So a lot of people have been asking me about what my thoughts are about the Montgomery Riverboat fight. We have to look at certain things when it comes down to the aspects of what transpired. Number one, there was the lack of respect for someone in authority. Number two, the feeling of superiority by the gentleman who did the first attack, the man who attacked the guy who was trying to get their tarp out the way. And then number four is this posse type mentality that if you don't do what I want you to do, we'll just take care of you. I put a little something together here just to show people there's a psychological perspective behind all this stuff. Yes, everything I do is psychological. You have the in-group versus the out-group dynamic. The underlying cultural differences and tensions is the distinction between us, the in-group, and them, the out-group. Two different cultural or societal groups interact. There's often a tendency to favor one's group and to distrust or even devalue the other. This can lead to misunderstanding. It can lead to bias. Most of all, it can lead to conflict. Okay? And then if we go on down here a little bit, and these are things that just came off the top of my head, but I want to make sure I say it right. Stereotyping and prejudice. Stereotyping and prejudice. Stereotypes are the general belief about groups of people. They can be positive or negative, but often lead to misconceptions. Prejudice, which is an unfavorable attitude towards members of a particular group based on their group membership or their race, can also fuel conflict. Cultural misunderstandings, all right? A lot of what happened at that riverboat incident, it was not just because of that incident, all right? You have one group who feels as though they are, again, superior. And you have another group who's just tired of taking the mess from the other group, all right? Cultural misunderstandings is a big one. Cultural misunderstandings, all right? Different cultures have different norms, different ways of communicating. What could be considered polite or appropriate in one culture might be rude or unusual in another. Mind you, that man was doing his job and they attacked him. They attacked him. Let's call it for what it is. They attacked him. He had asked to please move the tarp boat out the way so that the other, for the riverboat could come around. That didn't happen. So he took it upon himself within the authority given to him to move it out the way. All right. And what happens? Someone feels superior. You can't touch my stuff. What are you doing? This is my stuff. And what happens? Hey, number one, I'm for sure there were insults. And number two, brother got tired. Brother was tired. He was going to do his job. Here comes the posse. But what I like, yes, and what I like about this is that for years, when we used to just stand around and not try to get into anybody else's stuff, those people came to the man's rescue. That's what I like. They came to his rescue. Now, for the ladies who got involved in that, you know, I think the guy hitting the lady with the chair was a little overboard. You know, she was no threat to him. Of course, it's just on video. We don't know what all transpired. However, we do know that disrespect was given. Disrespect was given. I have to get ready for a session, folks, but we really do need to try and learn how to understand each other, and not just understand each other, but it's time to put the historical grievances aside. It's time to bring about a culture where we're all going to be here. Nobody's going to be extinct anytime soon. Let go of these racial biases and these psychological concepts of I'm better than you. We all bleed red blood, folks. Let go of your pride. There's nothing wrong with black pride, because we are the group of people who were disenfranchised from the start. We're finding a sense of pride now. That's what we're finding. And now that we're finding it, we can't keep faulting those who are here because they're ancestors. Okay? Learn to put the differences aside, folks. We can do it if we try. So, my opinion on the riverboat fight, they defended themselves. They came to the rescue of a man who was getting jumped for doing his job. In other words, if you're going to be a dog in the fight, make sure there's some fight in the dog. Have a good one, folks.